Most people go through life wearing emotional armor, thick enough to survive, but not strong enough to thrive. Cut to a figure walking alone through a dim city street, blurred, anonymous. If you've ever felt torn apart by criticism, devastated by silence, or chained by someone else's approval, this series is for you. We personalize pain, we internalize rejection. But here's the truth. Most of it isn't about us. People lash out from their own storms. They ghost you because they can't confront themselves. They belittle you because they're battling their own irrelevance. Visual. Overlay of quotes from Don Miguel Ruiz, TM's The Four Agreements, or a similar book, subtly animated. Nothing others do is because of me. The moment you accept that, you stop absorbing their poison. Emotions aren't facts, they're signals, data, not directions. Anger may signal a boundary has been crossed. Sadness may tell you something matters. But don't let them take the wheel. Bulletproof doesn't mean emotionless. It means emotionally aware, controlled, commanding. These first two thoughts begin the shift. From reaction to resilience. From being at the mercy of others to mastery of self. In the next part, we'll go deeper, into the thoughts that make you untouchable, not because you're hardened, but because you're free. The world will test you. People will try you. And life won't always wait for you to catch your breath. But real power, it begins in silence, so inside thoughts no one sees. This is part 2 of the 5 thoughts that make you emotionally bulletproof. Thought, I don't need their approval to feel complete. Silhouette of someone walking away from a crowd, then looking up at the sky alone. Approval is a seductive drug. It flatters the ego, while quietly enslaving the soul. From childhood, we're taught to seek gold stars, likes, validation. But maturity, the real kind, comes when you stop waiting for applause you never needed to begin with. You are not the sum of what others think of you. Their praise doesn't define your worth, and their silence doesn't take it away. Stand like that tree, rooted in your own value, not someone else's shadow. Thought 3 is where most people fail, and few ever recover. In a world where emotional chaos often masquerades as connection, where reaction is mistaken for strength. Emotional mastery isn't just power, it's peace. Pain may visit, loss may linger, but neither defines you, unless you consent. Emotionally resilient people don't see themselves as victims of circumstance. They see circumstances as data, information, to be studied, understood, and transcended. When you adopt this thought, your identity no longer clings to wounds. It aligns with growth, with intention, with reinvention. You are not your past. You are your response. Reaction is primal. It's fast, unfiltered. But response, that is conscious, measured, chosen. An emotionally bulletproof mind creates space between stimulus and action. It delays judgment. It filters out noise. It chooses silence over rage, clarity over chaos. This thought gives you control in moments when others lose it. And in that control, lies power. These aren't just thoughts. They're weapons of self-mastery, tools that fortify your emotional armor in a world that thrives on emotional volatility. Until then, stay conscious, stay sovereign, stay bulletproof. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your mindset. If your mind isn't your strongest weapon, it becomes your greatest liability. Not every emotion deserves a reaction. You are not obligated to engage with every emotion that visits you. Most feelings are temporary. Let them pass like clouds across the sky. Silence, stillness, and space, these are your true allies. Abstract clouds drifting across a sky. Fade to a person in meditation pose, faceless, silhouetted. What they say is a reflection of them, not me. Criticism, projection, jealousy. Most of it has nothing to do with you. People speak from their wounds. Learn to detach your identity from their narrative. Emotional freedom starts where ego ends. Broken mirror reforms into a clear pane. A figure walks through it. When pain visits, don't label it as failure. Ask, what is this teaching me? Emotionally bulletproof people don't suppress pain. They decode it. They turn suffering into strategy. Code lines forming from raindrops, slowly transforming into a blueprint or tactical map. Silence is strength, not weakness. Reacting to everything is a sign of inner chaos. Silence isn't retreat, it's restraint. Emotional power is built in the pauses, when you choose not to strike but to understand. A chaotic storm scene slowly gives way to a calm, still lake. I protect my peace like it about TM's sacred. Your mental peace is not up for negotiation. Set boundaries like a fortress, not because you hate the outside world, but because you finally love your inner one. Guard it without apology. Castle gates closing slowly with a glowing light inside. You've armored your mind. You've silenced the noise. But there's one last shift, the one that separates the reactive from the untouchable. Irawotem's not just about control. Irawotem's about transcendence. You don't ask the world to confirm your worth. You've buried that need, deep. You act without applause. You speak without seeking agreement. You're rooted in self-respect, not external approval. Visual suggestion. Applause fades to silence, a figure walking forward regardless. The things that used to shake you now teach you. You see triggers as teachers, not threats. The emotion arises, and you greet it like an old friend. Observe, understand, master. Visual suggestion. A heartbeat racing, then calming. A hand grasping a flame without burning. Speed is the enemy of wisdom. The emotionally untouchable person doesn't rush. They pause, they process, and then they strike with words, silence, or nothing at all. Every move is measured. Visual suggestion. A ticking clock slows. A chess piece is moved with intent. You've accepted that pain is part of life, but you decide which pain is worth it. The pain of discipline, growth, sacrifice? Yes. The pain of regret, bitterness, or reaction? Never again. Visual suggestion. Two roads, one smooth but dark, one steep and lit, merge into one. You no longer survive chaos. You stabilize it. When others spiral, you remain still. Your calm becomes contagious. Your presence changes the atmosphere. That's untouchable. Visual suggestion. A raging storm clears around a still, glowing figure at its center. This is the final shift. The one where nothing outside you can break what you've built inside you. You don't flinch. You don't fold. You don't fight the storm. You become its silence. Subscribe. Reflect. Return stronger.